99, the big stick, inside the Ugly Radio with the Ugliest Brother Radio. G-Money in the house. Watch your mouth. It's another Foxy 99 exclusive. And this time we got a blast from the past. This one right here is special. This one right here is special. She came and blessed us back in 2010. She had an amazing single, Take Me Away. The voice was crazy. She was an amazing person. I just happened, you know what? I ain't even gonna get to the rest of it. Because she back right now. Her name is Kiyana. Kiyana, what's good?
Thank you so much for having me. Foxy 99. I love y'all.
Oh, man. Yo, this is like homecoming. It's like a reunion.
I feel that way too.
Absolutely. So, man, it's been what, 10, 11 years?
It's been about probably 11, 12 years. Minus my 3-year break.
Right.
I think I'm closing into my, they say it takes 10 years to make an overnight success.
Yes.
I'm closing in.
Yes, indeed. So, look, when you first burst on the scene with us, you had the joint. Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. I'm going to put mine on the vibrate, you know what I mean?
Put on vibe, silence.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Look, the first time you was with us, you had a joint that was exploding. The joint was called Take Me Away. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We had you come down. Come up because you came from Georgia.
Yep, Atlanta.
Yeah. Came up from Georgia. You did some shows with us. Yes. You know what I'm saying? We had you in rotation for a long time. Mm-hmm. I think you had dropped a second joint.
Uh-huh.
And still bubbling. And then after a while, like you just
disappeared.
Just kind of disappeared. So from then to now, what's been going on with you?
I initially started off as a signed artist, signed act. I was signed to an independent label.
Right.
And everything was good. We had some label meetings. Everything was good. It was just some discrepancies within the company and the business. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that takes a toll on artists as well. So It's a business part of it. So once I got that resolved, I ended up just being independent, meaning like creating my own records in the studio, recording myself.
Solo, everything solo.
Yep, everything solo. And it's still like that right now, but I've been able to use even my resources from back when I was signed. Okay. So my network is still the same. It's actually increased. And I think that's the most valuable part of me taking a break.
Right.
Is steadily growing my network.
Right.
Steadily growing the people that I work with, the people that are, supporting me in regards to just being a talent. And so I've experienced a lot of different things, growth, development, still silently developing myself. I did a couple shows. I even had an experiment dancing at the club.
Okay.
I've had, it's been a journey,
Yeah.
It's been a journey. I'm living my life.
Hey, look, and that's what it's about. Life is about the journey. Mm-hmm. So you said you've done shows, and we had just finished talking about it. I'm chilling during COVID, watching Netflix, watching a show called Rhythm and Flow.
Yes.
And on episode 3, lo and behold, I see Kiyana doing her thing.
Yes.
Singing, rapping, and I was like, hold on now. It has been forever and a day since I seen Kiyana. I said to my girl, yo, I know her. Like, nah, I know her. She used to come down to the station. You know what I'm saying? We did shows with her. We used to play her music. It was crazy. So how did that Rhythm and Flow situation come about?
Now that is actually very interesting because I was singing backgrounds for Tiny.
Ah.
Yeah, she was working on her solo project. And so I knew her brother, one of her brothers, and I was in the studio with them writing. And so she had like auditions to sing background. And he was just like, come out audition, sing backgrounds with Tamika. She's about to go on the road, do her solo stuff. We were in rehearsal one day, and she was like, girl, I seen you on my husband's show. And I'm like, what show? And she was like, it's some show, girl. You about to be on Netflix. And I'm like, are you serious? And so that's what I actually found out. I found out from her that I was about to be on the Netflix show.
Wait, so while they was doing the show, they didn't, I know they recorded it, but they didn't tell y'all what they was recording for?
They recorded like 30 of us, and they only aired like 17 stories. And so, and at the time I was, making money for because, I've been independent for a while now.
Exactly.
So I've had to finance. Music is an expensive sport.
Yes.
So I've had to finance, on my own. And so I was dancing in the club, singing backgrounds, writing in the studios. Mm-hmm. And,
hustling.
the opportunity just unfolded. And everybody was just like, Tiny got you on that show, but she didn't. She didn't even know
She didn't know you was on it.
Yeah, she didn't even know I was on it. We filmed that. I got the audition from being in the Flame, Blue Flame. I was there at work one day, and these people came in with their clipboards and their executive outfits on. And I'm like, what y'all doing in here?
Right.
And they was like, we about to film a show. It's about rappers. And, you know, I'm a singer. I'm like, I can rap.
Hey, look, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's right.
I'm like, I can rap. And they was just like, for real? Well, like, send us some stuff. You can audition. And so it just started manifesting on that. Like, it was wild. It was just some random, I think it was just for me. It was something that God had for me because it just literally fell in my lap.
Yeah, right place, right time type of deal.
Like, I'm to international fans. And my Instagram ended up getting hacked during COVID. But, like, I was able to really draw a really big audience. Like, I think my following grew to, like, 80-something thousand.
Oh, wow.
International. Like, Netflix is, like, forever and ever.
Yes,
so
this
it's
is
like
true.
Something that, it was a big blessing for me. I got paid performances. People were reaching out. I got a music video shot in Vegas for free.
Really?
Yeah, people were reaching out to bless me because I really was open about. It was an open book.
Yeah, you was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your story was inspiring, and your talent is ridiculous.
Yo, oh my gosh! Even Mace, the rapper, hit me up from seeing that.
Really?
Yeah, he was trying to make me a rapper, but once he heard me singing, he was just like, "No, you're a singer." But he was just like, "You might want to use the rap to get in the door." It was like, but yes, that Netflix thing was a really dope, like, mark for me so far.
So let's, before that, right? So before that happened, you were already signed. So can you talk about the struggle, pretty much, of the independent artist up to that point? Because you were making moves, and I think you went a lot further than your average local indie artist.
Fresh out the gate, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The struggles with that, I think ultimately being so young and not really knowing what's going on around you. You're just young, you know. You just know you love music and you love to sing. And even when I was doing on my radio run and meeting the DJs and PDs, it's like I didn't really know the importance or the value. So it took me just growing up in my brain to put everything that I went through together to realize that, okay, this is the strategy.
Right.
But in the midst of it, I didn't really know. I didn't understand. So part of my struggle was really not understanding what I was actually doing.
Right.
Because, I mean, there's probably a lot of signed acts that don't realize, you know, what they're actually doing in the midst of them doing it. And so that was a part of my struggle. Another struggle being an independent artist was ultimately being signed and independent. It's like they really keep a lot of things from you. Just the knowledge. You know, you don't really get fed the knowledge when you're underneath someone's umbrella. You know, because they know it all. They're not expecting to teach you, or it's not an interest to them to teach you, or, you know what I'm saying? You just got to learn while you're doing it. But when you're an artist, for some reason that side of your brain doesn't collectively it's not always on.
Right.
So it took me, like, stepping back from the music industry to just realize, okay, what are we doing here? You know, what is the strategy? What's the purpose of this? What's the purpose of that? What's the purpose of this person? It's like learning the importance. Since I have been on my own,
Right.
like on my own act, I've learned so much, like the knowledge that I've just received in the foundation that I received from being signed. Perfect. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Got you. So then you said you had to take a break. Now, was this break? Well, I know it had to be. At what point did you take the break? Let me just go there.
It was right before COVID, like maybe 2016, 17, 18.
Okay.
It was like right before COVID. But when COVID hit, it was just something that came over me, like, what are you doing? You know, like, what are you doing? And I was like, dang, what am I doing? And so COVID, just having that time to myself, being alone, just with my own voice, my own creativity, I was just like, wow, you know, I need to get back to me. Right. I almost gave up on the music because it's just a struggle. You know, people don't really talk about how hard it is. And a lot of people just see artists popping up out of nowhere, but they don't realize, like, Like Victoria Monet, she's been doing music for 13 years.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's like maybe 15 years. So it's like it's tough on us. So, it's just important to kind of just stay grounded and stay focused. It's been a journey.
Got you. So you come out of the break, the hustle or the rhythm and flow joint happens. How soon after did that happen during your break? And then you kind of
Yes, that happened. Like I didn't even know I was gonna be on it. It was just something that we're filming 30 stories. If we pick you, we pick you. If you don't, we don't. But because they picked my story and how I saw how it affected people, like my comments, my mentions, it was just people were inspired by my authenticity. I was like, it was just a light bulb for me. Like, get back out there, get back into you, get back into what you're called to do. Like, I feel like I'm anointed. My voice is special. So it's like, God gave me a gift. My gift back to God is what I do with it.
That is crazy. So you were in the midst of your break.
Almost giving
happened.
up on the
Right,
music.
about to be done. And then these guys walk in with their suits like, hey, we're doing this. You're like, I can do that.
Yep.
I do this.
It happened just like that.
Yeah, that's amazing. So that happens. Now you're back out there. And now you have this new single called Kill It.
Boy, I want you to kill it, 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 need 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 you to kill it. Give me all in my feelings, all in my feelings, all in my feelings, all in my feelings. R.I.P. this pussy, baby, kill it.
Tell us about the single.
Okay, so Kill It is produced and written by a group of producers called The Exclusives, who did all of August Alsina's first records.
Okay.
Like, I Love This and a couple of others album, pretty much. And so I linked up with them through a producer that I met through Lucky Day.
Okay.
His name is Cassius J.
Right.
Out in Atlanta. I think it's like Dope Boy Josh is his tag or something like that. And so he linked me up with Sean Penn, who is part of The Exclusives.
Got you.
And they loved my voice. They loved where I was in my life. I was, just very authentic and real about where I was in my life. And so it inspired them. It inspired them to make music for me, and which is a blessing. Like, I just been blessed, honestly. Like, since I was just like, I'm going at it 100%, God has been opening a lot of doors for me.
Right.
And so Kill It is actually, I got an email yesterday that my streams are up 37%.
Okay.
Like, everything is
Numbers?
Yeah, everything is just in motion for me, like in effortlessly, like.
Right.
So I just know that I'm in my right time. I'm in my season.
All right. So the joint Kill It is out there right now. She said the streams is going crazy. They're up. So is there plans of an EP, mixtape, or album? Like,
Yep.
what are we?
I'm gonna start working on an album with The Exclusives, and then I just got some new production from a A&R at Interscope. He linked me up with this producer, Go Grizz,
Okay.
who's done like a Lotto on the Floor and stuff like that. And so I got some R&B production from him.
All right.
Right. And so I'm collaborating with The Exclusives and Go Grizz for a project. Also Cassius J. And so ultimately I should have that ready by February. But I mean, I have the majority of the records done, but Kill It is where I wanted to start.
Right.
Something fun, something not as serious, and just something that feels good. And I think Kill It feels good.
Okay. All right. So are you planning on creating videos for these songs as well? And
Yes. So Kill It, I just got the treatment for Kill It Saturday or Sunday. So we're making some minor changes to that. But what I want to do is, so for a project that I did when I was like totally indie, I shot a short film.
Okay.
And so it's called The Flaws and All. And so that's on YouTube. But I want to do another short film for this project.
Okay.
And I think it's like my opportunity to get really creative because I want to act and stuff too. So
Hey.
I'm going to do a short film after I do the final video for Kill It.
Got you.
Just to tell a good story.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's almost like it's crazy because I'm looking at the evolution of this thing. Like you started, you were signed. You know what I'm saying? Things are going well. Then I don't know what's going on. Probably floundering for a little bit. Man, let me take a break. While you're on this break, you're like, man, I'm not even thinking about a music thing like that, but I can do it. Here comes rhythm and flow. This situation flips everything 180. Now you're trending right back up. You know what I'm saying? You got the joint, Kill It, that's out. It looks like you got a good team around you. You got people that believe in you.
Exactly.
So this is just like, this is a hell of a story.
It is a hell of a story. And then I'm about to be on this VH1 episode. It's going to be so funny. I'm not going to tell you the name of it, but it's going to be so funny when people see me in just this character. It's going to be fun. I'm not on the whole season. I'm only on an episode, but it's going to be intriguing. And to me, it just adds to the story. It adds to the story.
See, look, the visibility is crazy. Like, you got the Rhythm and Flow, episode 3. If you haven't seen it, go to Netflix right now. It's Rhythm and Flow, episode 3, if you haven't seen her. And then we got this upcoming project on VH1. Look, so
It's going to be so ratchet, but people are going to be like, yo,
look, that begs the question, like, I know the music is there, but are you thinking about acting?
Yes, I want to act. So I've been actually back and forth. I might be moving to LA actually.
Okay.
In December. And so I've actually been like trying to reach out to some of my acting friends. During COVID, I actually did an episode in one of Manny Haley's productions.
Okay.
Yes, I got paid. It was cool. I was a stripper, but I mean, it was still like a paid gig. Yeah.
Gig is the gig.
Yeah, the gig
You know what I'm
is the gig.
saying?
So yeah, I definitely want to get into some acting.
Interesting. Okay. So what is the, because it seems like you have different goals. So what is the end game for Kiyana?
The final end game?
Yes.
I want to be an executive.
Oh, okay.
The final end game is being a businesswoman.
Right.
But I feel like throughout my artistry, learning and growing, I eventually want to create like gospel music.
All right.
Like, I don't know, like I have a lot of things that I really want to do with the music.
You know, I mean, like, you're a creative. So it should be wherever your heart takes you.
Yeah.
Put that out. Because like what usually happens is when people come out with music, the fans will put them in a box. You know what I'm saying? The Kiyana, she's a singer. She's R&B. Bam. But you just showed on Rhythm and Flow that you are not just a singer. Like, this is why people describe themselves as artists instead of, hey, I'm an R&B singer or I'm a rapper. No, I'm an artist because I can do this and this. Now, if you transition and do some gospel stuff, which has happened to a lot of artists before, that just furthers the stamp of just being an artist. You know, instead of, oh, she's my favorite singer, it should be, she's my favorite artist.
Right.
Because you're multifaceted.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's layers. It's like a cake. You know what I'm saying? So that's a beautiful thing. Absolutely. So she said she wanted to do some gospel as well. And it's like, wherever the
like
heart
all of
takes
the
you.
greats have, like, you know, Whitney Houston has done some gospel records. Even R. Kelly has done some gospel, positive, motivating records. And I think artists don't really get back to that anymore. There was a time where everybody had at least one gospel record on their album.
Look, let me tell you, it's crazy you brought that up because one of my I have a playlist on my phone. One of the playlists I created is called Motivational.
Okay.
The very first song on that is Black Men United, You Will Know. I don't know if you heard that joint, but it's from the 90s. It's like all the 90s singers got together
On one record.
and on one record. It's called the song is called You Will Know, and it's from Black Men United. I forgot what it was on, some movie. I can't remember the movie it was on, but I guarantee if you look up Black Men United, they performed the song as a group at was it the Soul Train Awards or it wasn't the Grammys. It had to be the Soul Train Awards. But I'm talking about at the time, you've got Tevin Campbell, it was Brian McKnight, it was R. Kelly, it was Stokely from Mint Condition, it was After 7, it was like anybody that was popping, any male singer from the 90s is on that record. And that record right there, it just gives me like, I have to listen to that joint multiple times a week. And I'm thankful for a song like that. And that plays exactly into what you said, because outside of what people usually sing about, they have songs like that. And you never know what a song like this will do for somebody that's a fan of yours.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You never know what people are going through. So it's like, in the way that the world is now, it's like I want to be a balance, you know? I just want as much ratchet activity as I do. I definitely want to get back to the positive side of me.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
You should
Some people might.
live your life, have your fun. You know, people always gonna have something to say about literally anything and everything. So just like you're not gonna please 100% of the people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as long as you're happy with yourself, that's all that matters.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That is all that matters.
Absolutely. So that's the move. So Kiyana, what is your social media?
Okay, my social media is Kiyana J. Blage.
Yes, I seen that when I saw the first when you DM me and I was like Kiyana J. I was like, who the hell is this? Then when I opened it, I was like, oh, that's Kiyana.
It's Kiyana, take me away.
Yeah, exactly. But you know that's a name that you will not forget. Kiyana
It's
J.
so
Blage.
funny because I met Mary this year in New York, right? But at first I met her sister at the Strength of a Woman conference that she does.
Okay.
And so I was just like, hey, my name is Kiyana J. Blage. She was like, your name what? I said, yeah, girl, it's Kiyana J. Blage. We sisters. And she died laughing, but she always remembered me from that. So I seen them in New York, and I was just like, yo, can I get a picture with your sister? Like, you remember me from Atlanta? And she was like, actually, I do remember you. So she actually ended up letting me meet Mary, get a picture. And so people laugh at me for that name. I mean, actually, I don't know how Mary really felt about that name.
Right.
I felt like she was a little like, girl, you is not me. But everybody else is just like, yo, that's catchy.
It is, though.
I can remember it.
It is. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, there's only one J. Blige right now that's married.
It is. I love Mary.
Kiyana J. Blige. I mean.
It's a lot of cats and dolls out here. What about the J. Blige?
Yo, facts. There's a crap load of dolls. But they ain't but two J. Bliges now.
Okay, period.
For years and years, there was just one. But now there's two. Look, you got to take notice.
That's so funny.
That's wild. All right. So, look, do you have a website?
I don't have an active website.
Okay. So is it Kiyana J. Blige on all social media?
Yes, Kiyana J. Blige on most social media. Then I have Kiyana Music.
Okay.
But initially, like if we want to go to the music, just type in Kiyana.
Okay.
And that's Kiyana.
All right. All right.
And Apple Musics and stuff.
Let me ask you this question, right? So it's been a long time. In the 10 years, you know, like when you first came with us, we had your song on radio and that was doing well. But it's a completely different day and age now. You know, like the game has changed. Streaming streaming has pretty much taken over. So
I mean, I feel like streaming has taken over, but streaming hasn't created. The radio creates superstars. You know, radio creates longevity for acts. Streaming is very short term, and I've actually been able to see this because where I started.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like I got to see the difference.
Right.
Yeah, you might blow up faster on streams and this and that, but for some reason it doesn't last long, and it doesn't always resonate.
Right.
So I always try to tell all my friends in radio, like, don't get discouraged. Streaming is not what we think it is.
Oh,
Eventually, people are going to realize.
To me, streaming is a gift and a curse. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's a gift because anybody can find your music as quick as possible. The curse is the pay, because we all look. I've read too many articles and I've seen too many interviews where people are complaining about look, I believe it was, and I know I'm gonna get these numbers mixed up because I haven't read this in a while, but Pharrell did like 1 billion streams on Happy on Spotify, and that only got him like a couple $1,000.
Sick.
And it's like 1 billion.
That's sick.
You know, like matter of fact, after reading that article is half the reason I got a subscription to Tidal, just because I know they pay more. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's like it's low key highway robbery, and I feel like that's changed the industry.
Getting the money.
Somebody's getting the money, and it's not the artist.
It's not the artist.
You know,
it's
that's why these.
It's not the producer.
It's not the
knock,
producers.
Knock, who's getting the money?
The producers are getting jerked really bad.
Everybody is. The only way the artist eats is when they get on the road and when they start coming into stations and doing stuff like this.
See, and I also believe, I was told that that's why, you know, people are like, oh, you can't sign a 360 deal, but you don't really have a choice now, because one, artist development does not exist
They
anymore.
don't have the time.
They don't, and the advancements, they're not advancing like they used to advance. Now these artists have to get on the road because the label needs some of that road money just to come back on their investment. You know, so that's why it's a gift and a curse. It's like, yeah, it's great. Yeah, the music is easily accessible, but at what cost for the artist? It's probably cool if you're Drake or a mega star, but what if you're like I feel like you're above the ground floor. But what about the guys on the ground floor? You know, what do we do then?
And it's so saturated right there, which is why I try to separate myself, because it is very saturated because of streaming and internet and social media. Everyone feels like they're called to do music.
Yeah, it's wild. Speaking of the social media, do you feel like you have to create like certain types of videos like to get the engagement up? Yeah, because I've
like, for sure, it's like, oh my gosh. And for some reason on Instagram, it's like the more skin you show, the better your algorithm's going to be, or the more ghetto stuff you say.
Yep.
It's like you have to play a game that takes away from your creativity as an artist, because as like back in the day when you had like your Whitneys and your Michael Jacksons, it was like some sort of exclusivity that made them who they are. And now everybody wants to know your every second move. It kind of takes away from just you honing in on your creativity and who you are as an artist, because you got to play the game.
right.
You got to get on there and be like, oh, what I got to post today? Or what kind of dance I got to do today? Or what kind of da-da-da?
It's like the people, they want to see you like at least once a week.
They try to
Like
see you
if not every day.
3 times
Like
a day.
you
They
got
tell
to
people
put
post
something
3
out.
times a day.
Hey y'all, it's me. I'm on here. I went to go get some ice cream. Yo, we got more music on the way. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah, it just takes away from what you're really supposed to be focusing on, and that's your creativity. That's creating the music that's going to last when you die. People don't focus on that anymore, which is why it's like, yeah, you have an artist, they come in and they go. Yeah, you have a record, it comes and it goes.
yeah, I dig. So what does Kiyana J. Blige want to tell people that have never heard? If they've never heard of you, what would you tell them about yourself?
I would tell them to join the ride and enjoy the authenticity. Enjoy enjoy me being relatable, and you got yourself a new friend.
There it is. You know what I'm saying? And for those that knew you, and probably, let's say they didn't know you were back, what would you tell them?
I would tell them, I'm back.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Last question. Today is, what is today? Oh, it's October the 24th, 2023.
Yes.
By October the 24th, 2024, what would Kiyana J. Blige like to have accomplished?
She would like to have a really amazing, I'll say 2 albums out by then.
Okay.
I'll say 2 amazing albums out, in a nice, comfortable recording situation. Writing songs for other people on the weekends.
Okay.
Writing songs for myself during the week.
Right. All right.
And, just producing films probably.
Producing films.
I love movies.
Okay.
I'm like a movie girl. Like, I want to get into that eventually. Like, I do know that T.I. told me this. I need to focus on one thing at a time. So that's why I'm just like solely 100% into the music.
Right.
But once I get to a place where I'm like permanently solidified, I definitely want to get into producing films.
Oh, that's dope. Absolutely. Look,
Sometime next year it's going to happen.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Well, look, I think I kept you here longer than you needed to be here.
Oh, it's
but
good. I love
all
y'all.
because it was a reunion.
At the crib.
So you already know. Look, stream Kill It right now. Look, I'll have it in the mix show real soon. You already know what's going down. The joint is called Kill It. Killit. Kiyana is the artist. You already know what's going down. Anything you like to say before we roll out?
North Carolina, thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of my journey. Thank you for being a part of the long-lasting journey.
Yeah.
And I'm just eternally grateful. You know, I'm really grateful for where I am and the people that I've met along the way.
Absolutely.
So thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Look, if you haven't seen it, go to Netflix. Go to Rhythm and Flow, episode 3. You will see her. And she's got a joint coming up on VH1, and she ain't going to say nothing about it. All you got to know is
Just watch
you
on
just need to be watching.
Tuesdays.
Watch on Tuesdays. There we go.
You'll see
VH1,
it.
watch on Tuesdays. You will see Kiyana. Make sure you stream the music. Look, I'm trying to tell you, she's serious business.
Need you to kill it, need you to kill it.